And let's just jump right back into it. Okay, so last time we were speaking about the Ahsoka season 2, the Mandalorian movie, whether we were going to see characters from both shows in the other show. We spoke about who would win, HK-47 or two IG-100 Grievous bodyguards. Um this time I wanted to talk about a couple of different things. I wanted to talk about some raid developments. I don't think Adam Driver's coming back. I had to guess it was something about on the set. But who knows? I don't know. I think he was a great actor. I think he did a great job. I think he is great at what he does. Um, I did hear a lot about. I was listening to a little bit of Star Wars theory since I had the chance. That guy is doing such a great job. That is definitely one of the biggest voices for Star Wars for the people. Thought I heard him mention something on the lines of them bringing Plagueis back. Um, so how I feel about that? I mean, look, I'll say this to anybody that is a huge fan of Plagueis. I'm sure they'd love to see him on the screen, but we have to be very careful about how this goes. And I know that they want to make something good that's gonna, generate a lot of eyeballs, like how the Mandalorian generated those eyeballs. I think they're trying to find a way to redo that pretty much. And I don't know. I really wish them success with the Ray movie. I just don't know too much to go on yet. I've been spreading a lot of the old Star Wars around. I thought it would be a good idea just to remind people, because there was a lot of people that are very doubtful about the current stage of Star Wars. So I just wanted to flood some of the old school stuff just to remind people the potential that Star Wars has in video games, the Obi-Wan video game, the original Battlefronts, Knights of the Old Republic, Republic Commando. I used to play all these old school games, and something about that time, it was just some of the best Star Wars gaming ever. All right, last time I ended it off with a question for everybody. I'm going to do the same thing this time, but this time it's going to be a different kind of question. And I need you guys to look at all parts of the question because it's really important. Halo universe against the Star Wars universe. Strongest faction against strongest faction. Space, surface. So what I mean by that, for example, I'll give you my answer. Take the Covenant, probably be the strongest faction. I mean, unless you want to put the Banish in there, but I'm just going to take the Covenant and I'm going to put the Empire against the Covenant. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to say that the space warfare is going to be pretty much even, give or take. I mean, they both have some superior technology. Not sure. It could go either way. It really depends, I guess, on what shows up. Down on the surface, however, you really have to ask yourself the most common foot soldiers, you're going to see a lot of grunts. How well would grunts fare against stormtroopers? Okay, I think they're more accurate than stormtroopers. The plasma pistols, about 80% of your grunts are going to have plasma pistols. The other 15% will probably carry needlers, and then the other remaining percentage is probably going to have a fuel rod cannon or be placed inside of a tank turret somewhere. I think that just the common grunts alone, with their sheer numbers as well, I think they're going to overwhelm the stormtroopers for sure. The elites are faster, stronger, probably more accurate, and I think they have more heart. I think the elites are willing to die right there for their cause. I don't think all the stormtroopers are that invigorated by the Empire or the Emperor. So I don't know. I think their loyalty is more based on fear, if you ask me. I think the loyalty of the elites in their case is based off religious pride. So I think you're dealing with a way more motivated soldier on the other side. But to be fair, with the Empire, now that the Empire has expanded more, you could bring in the Inquisitorius to this. So you got Darth Vader, the Inquisitorius. You send them out there. I doubt Emperor Palpatine's going to go out on the front lines right away. You send them out there, probably going to be able to deal with most elites, probably, especially Vader, probably all elites. I don't think an AT-AT is going to stand a chance against a Scarab. That's just me personally. There's no way. Somebody convinced me otherwise. They're way slower. They might have some firepower, but I don't think they have the velocity of firepower that you're dealing with a Scarab. So I don't think that's going to work. I think the Wraith and the ATST, I think the ATST is probably more formidable than a Wraith when you break it down. I think if the Wraith does get the hit off the ATST, it'll drop it, but I think that the ATST is a lot more faster and way more precise. You practically have to like launch the Wraith cannon. I think that the ATST would be a more formidable opponent in that regard. The biggest threat on the ground for the Empire is going to be the stealth. 100%. It's going to be the stealth. Like elites running around with stealth on, blading people left and right. I think it's going to be a major issue to deal with. I think the scarabs are going to be too much to deal with for any vehicle. I don't think any vehicle has a shot against the scarab, especially the AT-ATs. They see a scarab beating three AT-ATs. A 3-on-1 situation, that scarab comes out on top. And I don't even think that scarab takes much damage. I think like the only way you're getting a scarab out of there is if you pull the Master Chief maneuver where you got to literally jump on it, get to the heart of it, and kill it from inside out. Or you literally got to call an orbital strike from a Star Destroyer. Or you know what, dude? Maybe the Death Star might do it. But I don't see a lot of things getting rid of a scarab. I think Emperor Palpatine is definitely beating the Prophet of Truth, without a doubt. I don't think it's even a fair comparison. First of all, I don't even think the Prophet of Truth should be in charge of the Covenant. I mean, especially when you look at how weak of an individual the Prophet of Truth really was in reality. And Palpatine's an absolute menace. Like an absolute menace. Probably one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I don't think there's many leaders that could actually go toe to toe with the old man and come out on top. If you don't believe me, just ask Yoda. But all right. So this is the second little episode here that we did. If you did see this, I hope you find the question interesting and you decide to answer. If you don't, that's okay too. Thanks for checking it out. We got a lot of excited stuff that we're gonna get into, but just bear with us. We're still fixing our hyperdrive, so we got a lot of work over here. T3's working hard, and we're trying to get our things together. But I look forward to really, really getting into some good discussions about some Star Wars stuff. And we're going to speak our minds. We're going to be honest. We're going to talk about it. And I hope that everyone can contribute with us and we can make a great big community, a great big conversation starter. I really think this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to break down some cool stuff. We got a long time before the season 2 of Ahsoka actually comes out, and we'll have just as long of a time before we see anything about the Mandalorian movie coming out. I don't know. I'm looking forward to everything. I got a lot of cool KOTOR stuff I want to break down with you guys. A lot more ideas I had, sort of like what if scenarios. Want to get the fans involved. Just when I say fans, I mean Star Wars fans. This is another great episode. Thank you for whoever decided to actually tune in or who might have stumbled upon this by mistake. Thank you so much. Hope you all have a great one, and we will see you again. And may the force be with you. And please, 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 don't leave your hyperdrive running because mine is broken. Have a good one. Thank you, and good night or good morning.